Baseball and the Tigers have always been a big part of my life. My family did most of its bonding time while watching the game. We would sit and watch the interviews before and after the games, and then spend the rest of the day talking about it. We would even joke about who the best player on the team was. When I remember my childhood, those are always my favorite memories. In high school, I had this big dream that I was going to be the first female manager in Major League Baseball. I outgrew that dream pretty quick once I realized just how unlikely it was to happen. So instead, I became interested in the social media side of the game. I really enjoy seeing the interaction between the fans and the players and coaches. After completing the class Popular Culture in the Media, I have a pretty good understanding of how to use the popularity of the athletes to connect them to their fans. Detroit gets a bad rep around the country because of social media, but I know firsthand, growing up just 2 hours north of Detroit, how beautiful and diverse the city really is. Let's take social media and use it to bring to light the positives of Detroit, and not just the negatives. There's only so much that I can learn in a classroom, and I'm hoping that in working with you, I'll be able to learn what it's like to work with a professional team and gain life-changing experiences in the field. The number of viewers watching the World Series in 1978 was 44.3 million. That number dropped to 12.2 million in 2014. That's a drop of about 32.1 million viewers over 36 years. Almost a million a year. In 2014, the average age of the viewer watching Major League Baseball on ESPN was 53, in comparison to age 46 in 2004. The age of the fans is getting higher and higher each year. Once that generation is gone, who's going to be left to keep the sport alive? What can we do as the Detroit Tigers and a community to regain the interest of our audiences? What can we do to bring interest back to the youth? What connection are we missing? Finding a way to connect the younger generation with the game of baseball is important. Kids don't watch or play sports like they used to. Instead, they play them on their game consoles, computers, or even their phones. Using social media as a tool to gain back the interest of kids is extremely important in keeping the game of baseball relevant. The marketing research class I took at Full Sail will help me in reaching across all different age groups and finding different ways to connect with them. This class has taught me how to research different areas, which will aid in finding promotions to help fans interact with their local teams and possibly bring in new fans. In the past 13 years, the participation in baseball for children ages 7 to 17 has dropped by 3.5 million. Now that may not seem like a huge number, but if you think about it, what happens 13 years from now? Will that number drop again? Could it really drop to 1.8 million? Baseball is something that I love. I want not only the Tigers, but the entire baseball community to succeed because it's a great way to bring people together. With all the negative things happening in the world, why not use something as simple as baseball to bring us together? Baseball is an important piece of American history. We can't let it die like these sports columnists keep saying it is. Let's take the skills that I learned in the social media and sports marketing class and work together and find a way to return it to its rightful glory. We need to find a way to connect the youth to this sport. If we don't fight to make baseball America's favorite pastime again, who will?